I think that a gaming console with these OLED TVs is a much better gaming experience than having a high-end gaming PC with a gaming monitor. And here's why. Of course, you can get a gaming monitor like this Alienware QD OLED monitor and you're all set. That would be a great experience because that monitor is amazing. But most people get an IPS monitor and they spend a lot of money to push 120 and even 220 frames on those IPS sample and hold monitors. And the picture quality between a high-end gaming monitor and these OLED TVs is not even close. They are on a different level. So the only reason that I would consider to get a high-end gaming monitor with a PC would be if you are a competitive player. Like if you play competitive and you're gonna be like 240 frames or more and you only care about input lag and you're just going to play with low settings, low resolution, ugly picture, but the only thing that you care about is just winning, maybe that would be a consideration. You get your high-end gaming PC to push those frames, and then you get that that monitor. It's gonna give you a lot of frames, and it's gonna feel maybe better. It's gonna be maybe better for competitive players. But in my opinion, you are using the money in a better way for your gaming experience if you spend more money on the TV, more money on the display, because that's what you're going to see. You can have the most powerful gaming PC in the world, but if you're playing on a display that is not very very good, you're not going to be able to appreciate the graphics. The display that you are using is the most important thing for your gaming experience by far. For example, on my experience, this HDR setting that I'm using, this HLG HDR setting with dynamic tone mapping off, it looks so fantastic that I consider that setting to be a lot more impactful and more important than ray tracing and psycho and all the settings and graphics max out and all of that. A lot more important. The contrast, the picture quality, the dynamic range, the colors, that's super super important. And that is something that I didn't expect, because what I thought before getting all this technology was, okay, what I want is to have a powerful graphics card and then save the money with a monitor. Just gonna save the money with the monitor. I get a crappy monitor, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use upscale, and and then I'm gonna max out the graphics and all of that. You can max out the graphics, but if your display doesn't look good, that's not giving you the best experience. And I think that spending $1,000 on these displays and spending like $500 or $600 on a gaming console, you're gonna be plus the games, that's about $2,000. That's going to give you a great gaming experience. On the other hand, you can spend like $2,000 on the high-end gaming computer only, and then you get a gaming monitor. And in my opinion, you should not spend more than $500 on an IPS monitor unless competitive. Just need that 360 hertz gaming monitor to play CSGO, an old ugly game and just care about winning, okay. But I would not recommend anyone to spend more than $500 on an IPS gaming monitor, because you are going to be better off saving the money and get one of these OLED televisions for gaming, or even an OLED gaming monitor like that Alienware, which I'm not a big fan of that monitor. I can talk about that on another video. But yes, these OLED TVs are going to do a lot more for your gaming experience than getting a more horsepower to push the games, basically. So I would definitely recommend gaming console before recommending a PC, not only because of the price, but also because the PC is amazing after you have everything working. But for most people, it is not going to be an easy solution. The PC takes a lot to get working. If you do it yourself, you buy all the components, you put everything together, and then you have to install all the software. Sometimes you have to deal with a lot of challenges. So if you like to play the games instead of being doing troubleshooting and see why this is not working and all of that, I would strongly suggest you a gaming console. So now, money is not a problem. You are enthusiastic about learning the computers and putting everything together. Of course, a high-end gaming computer with the amazing display, that's the best. There's no question about that, for sure. But I still think that these gaming consoles, the Xbox Series X and the PS5, they are an amazing option, because you just plug and play. You just want to play the games, you want to turn it on, it works, and they are able to give you 60 frames in most games, unless it's something like the Matrix demo at 30 frames, something crazy like that. And with 60 frames on these TVs, you can use black frame insertion if you want the best motion resolution, or you can use boost mode if you want the best response time, and you're all set. It works very, very well. So yeah, if you have any questions about any other considerations, I think that it is a very good combo to get these OLEDs with your gaming console, and I would rather do that than spend $3,000 and end up with a very powerful gaming computer but a not so good display. And let me tell you, I have a high-end IPS monitor. I haven't done any video comparing that with the OLED, because there's no comparison. Not the OLED, let alone the OLED. The plasma TV is better, and the only consideration for the gaming monitor versus the plasma would be input lag. If you care about being competitive, that's it. There's nothing else you can compare an IPS monitor. It doesn't matter how good it is with a good plasma TV. It's not even close. So I don't even bother doing a video like that, because, well, maybe I would do one, because a lot of people don't know about the plasmas, and they have a super powerful gaming computer and playing with an IPS display. And